22 of 81, 1941, Ginger Rogers got a congratulatory kiss from her mother, Lela, after winning the Best Actress Oscar for Kitty Foyle. She beat out Bette Davis, Joan Fontaine, Katharine Hepburn, and Martha Scott for the award. 3 of 81, 1942, Gary Cooper, Joan Fontaine, Mary Astor, and Donald Crisp took home the acting awards. Joan beat out her own sister, Olivia de Havilland, for the Best Actress award. Donald, along with many other men, wore military uniforms to the ceremony because it was the first Oscars held after the U.S. entered World War II. 4 of 81, 1943, Mickey Rooney and his mother, Nellie Carter, chatted up Best Actor nominee Walter Pidgeon while sitting in the audience in the Coconut Grove at the Ambassador Hotel in Los Angeles. Walter was nominated for his role in Mrs. Miniver, which took home 6 Oscars, but he lost to James Cagney. 5 of 81, 1944, Casablanca won Best Picture and the acting awards went to Paul Lucas, Jennifer Jones, Katina Paxino, and Charles Coburn. The ceremony took place in Grauman's Chinese Theatre and was broadcast to the troops overseas. 6 of 81, 1945, Ingrid Bergman, Barry Fitzgerald, and Bing Crosby took photos together after winning for Going My Way. Bing and Barry, and Gaslight Ingrid. Going My Way nabbed 7 major Oscars that night, including Best Picture and Best Director, Leo McCarey. 7 of 81, 1946, Joan Crawford accepted her Best Actress Oscar for Mildred Pierce from her bed at home because she was too sick to attend the ceremony. 8 of 81, 1947, Harold Russell held his 2 Oscars, Best Supporting Actor and an honorary award, alongside Olivia de Havilland, Kathy O'Donnell, and Anne Baxter. Harold lost both hands during an army training exercise and is one of only 2 people to win acting Oscars despite not being a professional actor. 9 of 81, 1948, Anne Baxter presented at the ceremony where Miracle on 34th Street took 3 awards including Best Supporting Actor for Edmund Gwenn and Best Screenplay for George Seaton. 71-year-old Edmund was the oldest Oscar winner until George Burns won in 1976 at the age of 80. 10 of 81, 1949, Ava Gardner was the epitome of glamour on the red carpet, wrapped in a stole and dripping with jewels. She presented the documentary awards. 11 of 81, see more incredible Oscar dresses. 12 of 81, 1950, Olivia de Havilland added a second Best Actress Oscar to her mantle after winning for her role as Catherine Sloper in The Heiress. 13 of 81, 1951, the 23rd Academy Awards was all about Eve. The film won 6 out of the 14 categories it was nominated in. Both Bette Davis and Anne Baxter failed to secure the Best Actress Oscar, which went to Judy Holliday for Born Yesterday. 14 of 81, 1952, Humphrey Bogart and wife Lauren Bacall arrived in style to the ceremony at Hollywood's Pantages Theatre, where Bogart won Best Actor for The African Queen. 15 of 81, 1953, Shirley Booth posed for photographers while gripping her Best Actress Oscar for playing Lola Delaney in Come Back, Little Sheba. This also marked the first year that the ceremony was televised. 20 of 81, 1958, Best Supporting Actor and Actress winners Red Buttons and Miyoshi Umeki hugged it out after nabbing Oscars for their roles in Sayonara. The ceremony had multiple hosts including Bob Hope, Rosalind Russell, David Niven, James Stewart, Jack Lemmon, and Donald Duck. 21 of 81, 1959, Susan Hayward wiped the sweat off David Niven's brow as they posed for photos after winning the Best Actor and Actress Oscars. She won for I Want to Live and he won for Separate Tables. Meanwhile, that year, host Jerry Lewis scrambled to fill the time when the final award was given out 20 minutes before the show was scheduled to end. 22 of 81, 1960, Simone Signoret, Best Actress for Room at the Top, posed for reporters alongside William Wyler, who won Best Director for Ben-Hur, and Best Actor Charlton Heston, who also won for the same flick. 24 of 81, 1962, Rita Moreno couldn't contain her excitement while making a phone call after winning Best Supporting Actress for West Side Story. One of the evening's stranger moments involved a New York City cab driver taking the stage to give host Bob Hope a homemade Oscar statue. 25 of 81. That's not the only awkward thing to happen at the Oscars. 26 of 81. 1963. Sophia Loren and Gregory Peck enjoyed each other's company at the 35th Academy Awards, where Peck nabbed the Best Actor trophy for To Kill a Mockingbird. Frank Sinatra hosted the show. 27 of 81. 1964. Attendees at the Governor's Ball, the official after-party, congratulated Sidney Poitier on his history-making Best Actor win for Lilies of the Field. He was the first black actor to win that award. 29 of 81. 1966. Presenter Rex Harrison and other stars gathered in front of the Santa Monica Civic Auditorium before the ceremony, which marked the first time the Oscars were broadcast in color. 30 of 81. 1967. Walter Matthau was all smiles back at his table after winning Best Supporting Actor for The Fortune Cookie. A strike by the American Federation of Television and Radio Artists nearly kept the whole show from happening, but a settlement was reached hours before the ceremony.